Morning guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video on the little £200 bargain bug. Today's video we're going to be concentrating on the few little jobs that I picked up last time when we took it for an MOT and a couple of things that I said that I would like to do to the car. So as you all know, it did go straight through the MOT, but unfortunately there was a couple of advisories. Now they was only silly advisories, but like I always do, I want these cars to go out 100%. There is a nice profit in this car for me, and for those of you that haven't watched the other videos, please feel free to go back and watch the back catalogue. The parts will be numbered, obviously parts 1, 2 and 3. This is the third part of the video. The last part we welded up the seal and done a couple of other little jobs on it. So the advisories on the MOT was the tie rod, steering rack tie rods, and I've decided they're so cheap. They have been an advisory for the last 3 or 4 MOTs, so I am going to change them. For those of you guys that don't know what a tie rod is, this is the tie rod here. That bolts into the steering rack and your track rod end bolts onto that end. That is your track rod end there. I have just been and picked up 2 new tie rods and 2 new track rods, guys, and the total price for those was £42.46. So they was a must-have, and they really are going to give me peace of mind that that car is 100% safe. You probably remember me saying in the last video I wanted to get those BMW tyres back from a friend of mine. I let him have the alloy wheels, but I insisted on having the tyres back. I did manage to get hold of him, and those are 2 of the tyres, and as you can see they are like new and they are Pirelli tyres. So that's 2 of them there. I've chucked 1 inside the car, it's in the back there, also matching, and we've got 1 in the boot. So today we're going to concentrate on getting those 4 tyres fitted on the car. Don't forget, it didn't fail the MOT on the tyres. They are legal, but they're not brilliant. I've got 4 matching Pirelli tyres there, so that is exactly what I'm going to be sticking on it, and the new owner will have peace of mind that it's got 4 lovely tyres on it. All the tie rods are done. As you can see, that tyre is actually quite good, and I will keep that handy for a runner if I need one or a spare. And that back one there is the same. Guys, I have had both of those seals painted, and as you can see they come out lovely. This one did just have a few little scratches on it. The back bumper was quite chipped up here, and it had quite a few bits of spider cracking around this area. So we had the whole back bumper painted and we had both seals painted. As you remember, I did say that that would all match in, and now it's all been painted. As you can see, you'd never tell that that has been repaired. We did the plate about here. I'll give it a skimmer filler, and I knew that the body shop would go over the top of it. So all in all, quite happy with the progress so far. So we give £200 for the car in part exchange. We give £40 for an MOT the other day. We've just give another £40 odd for them bits. The tyres were free of charge. Obviously I'm going to have to pay to put them on. I will be adding it all up and doing a full price breakdown at the end. But the seals rear bumper, £150 at the paint shop. Don't forget guys, that guy does look after me, and it is a trade price. Quite a few people have always asked me, what is the name, telephone number and address of your paint shop? Guys, my painter only works for a very small number of traders. He is a one-man band, and he does just do work for a few of us traders. So we do get asked not to pass on his details. He just doesn't have the time to take on any more work. I can only apologise for that. So let's not keep waffling on, and let's get involved and get this little car back to its former glory, get it all sorted out and get it sold. I've just popped into Kent Auto Salvage. I had absolutely no intention of coming down here today because the weather was atrocious, but the sun's come out, everything seems to be drying up, and he has got a bright yellow Beetle convertible in here. So I thought, before I actually take these door cards apart and see what I need for these regulators, I'm going to see if this car's got a couple of decent ones in it. And also I need like a little seat handle and bits and pieces. So it's right over the back there in all the mud, unfortunately, but I'm going to get over there, see what it's got left on it, and hopefully we can grab a couple of bits. I did also notice in our car that the gear knob was in quite a bad state, but that is standard Volkswagen, so there's plenty of those here. We can grab one off of any of these Volkswagens, but here's the car, and she is a cabriolet, so I'll have to have a good look and see what it's got on it, and then I'll come back, guys, and let you know how we're getting on. Obviously somebody beat me to it there with the rear window regulators because they're both gone, but we've got quite a nice gear knob, and I do need some other little bits and pieces, so let's get on with that. There's not actually any of the parts on this that I need. In the actual door panel for this side, there is like a little light reflector down the bottom. I was looking for one of those and the door panel's missing. I needed the roller off the driver's seat, and as you can see, the driver's seat is missing. I'm not sure if they're sided, so I will go around to that passenger side in a minute. But guys, I haven't actually never done the rear window regulators. This will be my first time. I can see online they are a very, very common problem. I was just standing here on this. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that possibly is the regulator out of that car. And I've just flicked this over, and I've seen on the repair kits on eBay that they do actually come with this cog. And I can see that all the teeth have actually broken off that cog. So there's a good chance somebody's taken that out, seen that it's in the same condition as the one they've got, and not bothered picking it up. So hopefully that is one of them, and I can now see roughly what is entailed in changing that cog over. Again, getting into the passenger side is going to be a bit of a challenge in itself, but I can see, you guys can see as well, that handle is actually missing as well. So no bits in here for us today. I'm going to go to another Volkswagen, pull one of them handles off, and I know that the earlier Mark IV Golfs had those little white reflectors, so I'm sure I will find one in here somewhere. I'm back at my car now, guys, and that was a bit of a foul. That is the little light, that lens that I was on about, that's missing, but I've just ordered one online. They're not going to be expensive. All of these was also missing, so obviously a very common fault. I did manage to find one on a passenger seat, but I've clipped that little bit back in there, and fingers crossed, I am hoping that that does fit that seat. So I'm going to get off the phone, try and get that fitted, because I do need that. The seat's wound too far back for me, and I'll be back shortly with an update. There's a little bit of penny pinching here, a little bit of money saving, and a little bit cheeky, but why not? I don't really want to keep these tyres. I don't want to keep them around me. They're just going to be in the way. It's always ideal to save sort of one 14, 15, 16, 17 inch tyre in my industry, because when I buy a car and it needs a tyre, it's really, really handy. So I've come down to a part-worn tyre garage, said to him, I've got 3 fairly decent part-worn tyres that he could sell to a customer. These are 205, 55, 16s. Very popular tyre, very good for them to sell. But I want those BMW tyres on. So instead of spending the money and having these tyres taken off, fitted, or even doing it myself, quite lazy I know, but I've come down to the part-worn tyre garage. Everyone's up for a deal. I said, if you fit these, balance them, put them back on the car, you can keep all 3 of them tyres and dispose of the ball tyre. So these tyres have cost us nothing. We're now having them completely fitted and balanced, put on the car, and that ain't costing us a penny either. So let me know what you think of that in the comments section, guys. Bit cheeky, I know, but it is all about saving money on these cheap little budget cars. It is getting quite late on us now, guys. We have got 4 new tyres fitted to it. I've run around, we've got all the parts here that we're going to need for it. I'm going to order that little cover off the internet tonight, and hopefully that arrives pretty soon. The stereo, in the last video I did say I was going to be putting this in the truck. I haven't measured it exactly, but I do believe where the stereo is countersunk in on the dashboard on my truck, this would end up sitting like that, so that's really not going to work for us. So I will be probably just leaving that exactly where it is. Quite a lot of you mentioned this flower in the last video. It was in the car. I believe they're meant to be in them, so I have no intention of getting rid of that. Maybe ask the missus to chuck it through the wash. So I am just come to the car wash. I'm going to have a quick valet. I know it's a little bit ahead of time, but I have taxed the car and I'm going to be running around in it now, but it is thick in here with dust, obviously where it's been at the paint shop. and from that filler that I rubbed down last time. So I thought we'd just bring it here, have a quick wash. We get this stuff put in the boot of the car, get it cleaned inside and out, just so that it's nice and presentable while I'm sitting in here and while I'm using it. Like I said, it is just starting to go dark on us, so what we'll probably do is have the car washed inside and out. We'll get it down the lane, we'll have a quick walk around, we'll see what the paintwork's come out like, and we'll have a little bit of a talk on it. And then there will be obviously one last video where we'll go ahead, fit all these on the ramp, and we'll get to those window regulators and suss out what's going on, what we actually need. I may even get in there tonight. I haven't got a lot on them. My missus is working till quite late, so I'll get those seats stripped out, get one of those quarters out and have a look exactly what I need, get those ordered and get those in, and then we'll do a final video. And I'll save these, I will do them, but I'll record it doing those, and then I'll cut back in and do that bit, and that'll be a whole another video, and that'll be the final part. So let's get it cleaned, get down that lane hopefully before it gets dark, and do a bit of a walk around and see exactly what it comes out like. Also guys, if you do enjoy this video, hit that like button. It really does help the channel and we really do appreciate it. Any comments on this car, leave them obviously on this video. I'll get back to you straight away as soon as I can. And any comments on the Range Rover, you know, feel free to go back on there. I did just want to put a bit in this video. I'll do it after actually, right at the end, about the Range Rover and the videos that I've previously done and the videos at the moment. I'll come back once we're doing the walk around and stick that in at the end. So I think we just about made it there guys before it got dark, and I really wanted to get this video out there. I've put a couple of videos out already this week, and I thought the week before I was pretty quiet, so I just wanted to get it out there, something else for you guys to watch and know what was happening with the car, because it has been a little while. I did ask them to jet wash that roof, and if you remember, it was quite green, and it's actually come up really nice. It actually looks in person like new. It's got a few bits of fluff on it, but it has come up, obviously that's a bit of soap still in there, but it's come up really nice, and I'm really happy with it. And that seal's come out really nice. The car does need a good polish. I have said that the day I picked it up. It's got like quite a couple of nasty little marks on it like there, but that all will polish out, and the black cars do come up beautiful with a polish. We have just seen that when I had the Ferrari all done, it come up lovely. Those tyres look incredible. I know I'm raving on about it, but they're all matching now and they're all like brand new, and it really does help sell the car, and it's lovely selling it knowing that it's got all those steering problems done, all the tyres are done. Obviously we haven't done those steering problems yet, but guys, it does have a few little minor stone chips, but if you've seen me in the previous videos, I will get a can of black spray paint. I'll spray quite a bit of it into the lid of the paint. I'll get a cotton bud and I will go round and touch all of those up, and really it does make it look 10 times better. When you go over it with the little paintbrushes with the repair kits, they look terrible and they stick out like a sore thumb. So if anyone does want to do that and they've never used a cotton bud, they work absolutely brilliant. No doubt someone will say, Rob, they're not cotton buds, they're earbuds or whatever you want to call them, but I'm sure you all know what I mean, and I will be going around that at a later date and filling all of those in, and you will never notice them until I actually say that they've been done. So again, round this side, the seal looks absolutely lovely, but you can see these little marks, but these marks are just on the paint, and they will all come off with a good polish. And I will be going around giving this car, I'll probably spin it up with the mop. You can see some light scratches just in the paintwork there, but they will all mop out and it will all come up really nice. Round the back, again, back bumper has come out really nice. You can see that shine and the reflection in the camera there, and it's not so good on the boot, so we will be giving that a good polish as well. It really won't take long to polish this car because of all the roof obviously you haven't got to do. Inside, I just wanted to get it reasonably tidy. We know that at a later date these seats have got to have a wash, but me jumping in and out of it in my dirty work clothes for now it's not going to matter. I've got plenty of jobs to be getting on with it, like the steering jobs and these window regulators. I've got to put this cover back on. If you remember, I actually took it out of the passenger side there when I was doing it, but all told, it has actually come up really, really nice, and it's all nice and clean and presentable now for me to drive. So guys, this is going to be this video on it, and then obviously there will be one last video where I'm fitting that little reflector. Is actually missing out the driver's door. We got the passenger mirror glass, I have got that, that's got to be fitted, and then we'll be doing the steering track rod ends and the tie rod ends and any other little jobs that need doing to it, so the window regulators. So that is this car, and that should be the end of it after one more video. What I did bring up a minute ago that I did want to mention in the videos, for some reason it's easy for me because I'm recording every day and I'm going on, and I do automatically assume that the people watching my videos, like on the Land Rover LSE we're doing at the moment, I assumed that they've watched all the previous videos, and I really shouldn't, but it is just an assumption. So last night I had a couple of comments saying, Rob, you haven't mentioned no pricing in this video, and you normally always mention the pricing, but obviously that particular chap hadn't watched the previous video where I did do the pricing in that when we actually bought the car. So that's a whole nother story anyway. I am going to try and mention that you are welcome to go back and watch through the back catalogue, and I want to try and mention that in every video from now on. The little sneak peeks during the day, guys, salvage rebuilds, I do try and mention that in all the videos if you want to see what I'm up to throughout the day. We are back on the LSE tomorrow, hopefully. If not, I will be doing this, and I will be going and collecting the little Series 3 Land Rover Defender. I have been negotiating for it for a week with a friend of mine, and I have now bought that car. So I will be picking that up at some point tomorrow. He said to me that the car runs and drives, but that was when he parked it in his shed in 2005. So that's probably going to be a bit of a video getting that going, or hopefully by the time I get there he's got it going, but we'll be picking that up tomorrow. Guys, I'm not going to waffle on anymore. It's not nice for you watching the fields, and I've just completely forgot to spin the camera around. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel grow. Drop us a comment in the comment section. We'll happily reply to you. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.